Hiring in the UK looks incredibly straightforward, which is exactly why 10 different platforms are aggressively competing to charge you monthly fees. The trap for most buyers is assuming that a $60,000 salary plus a flat $400 monthly employer of record fee represents the total financial commitment for your new hire. This chart shows what a $60,000 hire actually requires. Stack up mandatory taxes, pension, software fees, FX markups, and deposits, and your cash requirement exceeds £75,000. Notice the heavily marketed EOR fee makes up barely 5% of this total. We'll break down the actual math, expose the hidden 2026 compliance traps, and map the right EOR structure. Evaluating an EOR based purely on its monthly subscription price leads many companies to inherit massive, unbudgeted legal and tax liabilities. Let's examine the mandatory statutory burden applying to any UK worker over 21. Above a £60,000 base pay, you legally must fund a 15% employer national insurance charge and a 3% pension. This mandatory tax stack adds roughly £9,500. Calculate budgets using this £69,500 total cost to company, never just base salary. There is a strategic exception if you hire junior talent between 18 and 20 years old. Hiring workers under 21 drops the employer NI requirement to zero on earnings up to $50,270. That reduces your statutory tax add-on from 14.2% down to just 2.1%. Optimizing your UK budget requires adjusting your headcount strategy to manage these statutory taxes. These taxes dwarf any potential savings from an EOR platform discount. In April 2026, the UK launched the Fair Work Agency, bringing an intense focus on strict minimum wage compliance enforcement. A legally compliant headline salary can still trigger an illegal wage violation through routine corporate policies. Compliance is tested against countable pay. If you mandate uniform costs, require unpaid handover briefings, or run a salary sacrifice scheme, those deductions reduce countable pay. If they pull a worker below the £12.71 minimum threshold, you are in breach. Under the 2026 rules, a breach carries a 200% financial penalty, up to £20,000 per worker, plus your company gets published on a public naming list. Shielding your company from this liability is the primary strategic value of using an EOR. Your EOR platform fee functions as a financial shield, protecting you from penalties and IR35 complexities. How well you are protected depends on structural differences between providers. An EOR's legal relationship to the UK worker dictates your company's risk exposure. In a partner network model, the EOR owns no local infrastructure, outsourcing employment to a third-party firm. This flowchart maps the trade-off. Clients secure significant monthly savings, sometimes as low as $199 a month with zero deposits, while introducing a middleman into the accountability chain. Contrast that with the owned entity model. The EOR directly owns the UK entity and employs the worker. This direct relationship provides a clear line of intellectual property protection and enables rapid onboarding. The catch is the financial penalty. Owned EORs charge premium monthly fees and frequently require undisclosed non-working deposits that lock up massive amounts of your monthly payroll costs. Ultimately, your choice in structure forces a compromise between prioritized cost savings and direct accountability over your intellectual property. Never finalize an EOR selection based on the promotional monthly fee listed on their pricing page. Model your 18% statutory tax burden, define your engineering IP needs, and demand written confirmation of deposit requirements and foreign exchange markups. To make this actionable, look at this decision matrix. It maps exact company profiles to the specific EOR vendors equipped to serve them. If you are a bootstrapped startup making your first few hires, Remote First or Rivermate fit best. They trade owned entities for flat pricing and zero deposits. For an IP-sensitive tech scale-up, Remote.com is the standard pick. Their $599 fee buys an owned UK entity and direct IP protection without requiring cash flow-killing deposits. Companies operating across 10 or more countries often select Papaya Global or Deal. These providers trade pricing simplicity for SOC2 audits and essential ERP integrations like Workday and NetSuite. And if you already use Rippling for your US workforce, you can skip the EOR fees entirely by utilizing their native UK payroll rails. Matching your company's growth stage to a provider's specific legal entity structure and risk profile is the most reliable way to secure a sustainable UK hire.